Welcome back to the Ania Bey Show, where the news makes fucking sense. On today's episode of Stop Following All the Procedures Your Doctor is Telling You. Please stop, please stop, please, please. Mammogram screenings are harmful and should be abandoned completely, okay? There is zero net benefit for mammograms. The best way to lower breast cancer risk is to avoid a mammogram. Mammograms are $1 billion business. Let me tell y'all something. Every time you go to the doctor, you let them take your blood and you let them give you an MRI and a CT scan and the pap smear and they getting the check, babe. Most of the time, these tests are wild unnecessary, okay? They are only used for profit and they do terrible harm to the patient. All of those things that I just mentioned, okay? So for every 2,000 women, one woman's life is potentially saved by a mammogram. But in the process, 50 women will be treated unnecessarily with surgery, chemo, and radiation. It can never be said that mammograms actually save lives. 1,000 of every 2,000 women who undergo a mammogram will go through more radiation screenings and biopsies for potential diagnosis. Repeated radiation exposure causes deaths from heart disease, lung cancer. So you're actually developing cancer because the amount of radiation that you're experiencing during these tests is giving you cancer. Mammograms use ionizing radiation at a dosage which is the cause of the development of breast cancer. They expose your body to radiation that is 100 times greater than that of a chest x-ray. If you follow recommendations for prevention and get all the mammograms that you are ordered each year, you are exposed to as much radiation as someone who has been exposed to the atom bomb at Hiroshima. So that would be like if somebody blew up your town with a bomb. That's how much radiation you're getting exposed to if you go to every mammogram appointment that you're scheduled, okay? Mammographic compression of the breast tissue causes bruising and rupture of cystic masses. The extreme compression spreads cancer cells if they already exist in fibrous, dense breasts. Okay, so a lot of women have dense breasts naturally. So when you're having your titty flattened, if you do have any cancer in your titty, now it's all over your body. It's clipped. That shit bust open. It's lit. Y'all gotta understand that you know your body better than anybody. Stop letting these people tell you you need to get 1 million tests. Every time you get a pap smear, babe, they are fucking up your cervix. Excuse my French. They are scraping the cells. For what? Exactly. Okay, the false positive range on mammograms is 70%. Yeah, that's high, guys. These people that went to school for 35 years and y'all could only make a test that's 70% wrong? False positives and the needless interventions that occur lead to invasive and avoidable biopsies. So they just cutting you up. They think you a science experiment. Remember the what you call it, the doctor game operation when you had to do that, and if you do too much, you know how many times they hit the side with this shit? They hit the side every time you seen them. Every time. Damn. Upon further testing from these biopsies, 70 to 80% of detected tumors on mammogram reveals no presence of cancer. So what is the point? We need to be outside the FDA and whatever companies are, and we need to rally over there. Y'all want to rally for shit that don't make no sense. Y'all need to go rally at the spot where they trying to tell your grandmother to go get her titty flattened twice a year. My grandmother don't go to that. She don't fuck with these doctors. She know, okay? Many countries, not America, okay? Many countries have already abandoned the deadly and harmful 3D mammograph, okay? And instead utilize safe QT ultrasounds and thermography as a standard of care when preventative screening is wanted. So now they use heat and take pictures to show if there's any metabolical processes or imbalances within the tissue instead of giving you cancer. I think that makes more sense. Both of those tests are incredibly accurate and detect 97% of abnormalities 8 to 10 years before the other standard cancer detection tests. Now see, y'all gonna watch this video and then you're gonna go to droz.com, right? And you're gonna see what he said.
Data has come out about mammography, getting a mammogram, that shows that for every 10,000 people that you give a mammogram to, 8 people will die that would have never had breast cancer from breast cancer. Now, you can justify using a mammogram and say, well, hundreds of people will be saved by getting mammograms preemptively. First off, the Hippocratic Oath says, do no harm first. That's doing harm. You're killing 8 people. You're killing 8 people per every 10,000 mammograms. And yes, you're saving hundreds. However, There is a ton of data that actually shows there's a 52% overdiagnosis when using mammography. That means that we are treating a great deal of people that would have never died of breast cancer in the first place just by doing the mammogram. Now, if you want to do a safer way, you have a couple options. You can do ultrasound, which literally is super definitive, and if you found something on mammogram, you would get an ultrasound anyways. Except with ultrasound, there's no radiation. Secondly, you can do a thermogram. Just have them take a heat signature of your breast tissue, and you can actually see if there's metabolic activity, potentially extra blood flow to one of your breasts, and then you would get an ultrasound anyways. Why are we getting mammograms and telling women to get mammograms on a yearly basis, especially if they have dense breast tissue, when the radiation from the mammogram can actually cause breast cancer? And they've done long-term studies on this. I actually read a Cochrane review, which is the most prestigious research agency that exists. It's a huge meta-analysis of multiple studies, and basically said, in a study of node-positive cancers that were saved within pre-screens versus control, screen would be the mammogram, there was a 0 net effectiveness rating. So just keep that in mind. Ultrasound and thermogram should be the standard.
Cancer is a metabolic disease and can be prevented with lifestyle and diet interventions, okay? A fruit, plant-based, and low-carb diet eliminating seed oils, ultra-processed foods, and sugar is preventative care for cancer. Avoid synthetic hormonal birth control. Fasting on a regular basis to rid the body through autography cellular turnover, which is literally your cells healing itself and getting rid of the acid that is within, okay? Keep your vitamin D3 levels above 70 nanograms per milligram is a preventative measure for cancer, not a mammogram, babe. The most you need to go do is go get your little blood work done. You feel me? Ask them what it means. Go to the herbalist and find out what kind of herbs you need. You need some dandelion root, probably need a couple center, you know what I'm saying? Clean your gut out. I hope this taught you something because I love you. Moving on. Next.